Okay, let's try this again. Okay, the storm is over with the Kraton. I was working on the Talion because I got it a couple of days before the Kraton and the shredder showed up, and cleaned it up, put the bigger tires on it, ran it down the street. It went up on a curb and it snapped this shock off. It's right here. A couple of days later, snapped this one off. As you can see, I made that fit. I had ordered a lot of parts for this truck before the truck ever got here, because I knew, you know, you break stuff, you're gonna need parts, and I didn't have any type of supplies for this truck or this one. So in the meantime, in the process of asking 50 million questions, it got down to Rich Duperbash, and he told me, you know, he says to check the suspension here. If this is too low, having the shock fully extended, then you're gonna snap them off, because when it's weakest when it's fully extended. Well, I had raised the chassis up as high as I could get it, because I had these wheels on here and I didn't want it standing up. I didn't have wheelie bar for it, and it just was flipping over. So when I raised that up, I didn't have 10 minutes runtime on this truck, and I took it out there and tore these shocks up. And anyway, make a long story short, when you get done setting your suspension, make sure that this arm is all the way down, and take the shock and extend it out all the way. And if it's not 3/16 of an inch past that hole, then you're running it too long and you're gonna break them off. And that's what I did. So I've seen a lot of posts, and guys are dissing shocks because they don't last, they're this, they're that, they're cheap, and it's not the shocks at all, it's the suspension setup. So keep that in mind. Now back to this one. Is that piece over here? I got a lot of other crap out of here. This was on the back of the Talion, and I had this attached to it. This is actually a front end control arm and assembly, or rear, I don't know which one to do. Anyway, I had it mounted on here and had it on the back of this, like so. Oh, whoop, wait a minute, wrong end. Had it on here like so. This wasn't here. And so it worked, so I knew where I wanted the wheel, but at the same time, what you want to get out, Bobo? Go ahead. That's my hero. Period. Anyway, on this here, I knew I needed a skid plate, and I knew I wanted the wheelie bar, so I decided to make them one and the same. Now there's enough flex here to where if it hits on it, it'll bend this. It might even break it, I don't know, but the aluminum, as you can see, is just a tad thicker. Just, I think it's like 1/32 thicker than the chassis plate. And so it doubles two things. It gives me a skid plate and it'll hold the bar. Now, I hate things that are not adjustable, especially when I'm getting into something new. So now I can raise this wheel up or down, and I made the bottom hole so that if I use it on the bottom, it's just barely going to contact this, which will make it throw that front end back down if it comes up on that wheel. It's not going to just sit up there and ride. Now if I raise it up at a free wheel and keep going on down the street, like the initial videos that I posted when I had this piece hanging off the back. But this will be more secure, it'll be safer for the rig. So now I got to take the Dremel tool and clean it up and polish it off, get the marker stuff off of it, whatnot. I'm also going to hammer these rivets down flat. I don't want them sticking out to cut my hand or whatever, or I should grab it. And you know, all kinds of wheels, any kind of wheel, you know, boom. So, you know, I was looking at quality wheelie bars on the web, and they cost. And I'm like, no, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. You know, it's crazy. And another thing, when I do with those, I dug them out and I put them down. Oh, body braces. I bought these for the Talion. People said the same stuff fit Talion fits Kraton. No, it don't. Okay? No, it don't. Put this on here next to this. You can see that it's too short. Okay? It's almost 5/8 of an inch too short. And in the back, the one for the Kraton is almost 1.5 inches longer. So they're not interchangeable. Okay? That's not interchangeable. These wheel hubs, they're interchangeable, but the problem is these are shorter than the ones on the Kraton. They're probably 1/2 inch shorter to give the buggy a narrower track in the Kraton. The axle shafts. The axle is the same length, but from the CV joint in on the Kraton is longer. So that's not interchangeable. Servos interchangeable, ESC motor, motor mount, center diff, diffs, you know, those things are interchangeable. I don't know about the main drive shafts that come out of the center diff, but it seems to me they're in a different position because these braces relate to the position of the center diff braces, so that tells me it's at a different place. Now they may swap in the end, but I don't know. I'm not going there because I'm not going to, you know, I got enough work going on here to where if I just got to drive something, I can drive something. I'm not going to be butchering them up. I ain't in that deep yet. But there's a lot of stuff you can't swap out. You can swap out shocks, probably upper and lower arms, knuckles and stuff like that. Body plates, bodies, sway bars maybe. I don't know. But I ain't got that far. I'm rookie. Okay, I'm brand new to this. But on them shocks, you better be doggone sure when you set your chassis height up that when this arm is all the way down, before you put that shock in there, that hole, the bottom of that shock comes past this. I wouldn't let it be any less than 1/4 of an inch. I mean, because you're just asking for trouble because you got flex. And that flex will suck that 1/4 inch up on a bad landing and boom. So, that takes care of that. Now back to the wheelie bar. Get the wing in place. Let's try to get it in place. Is that where it sits? Yeah. So, when that's on, there you go. And the farther out you put it, the higher the truck's gonna come. The closer it is to the ground, the lower it'll keep that front end. So, you know, only way I'm gonna know where I want to keep it is where it ends up. I gotta order some street tires for this because I don't need 3 trucks to bash with. I'm not a basher. There's no place around here close to do it. Leave that to the Kraton and this guy here. I'm gonna put these wheels on this truck when the it needs a spur gear shredded up, ate up on it. So I'm gonna put these wheels on that truck, and I'm gonna take and put these on the mill and mill about, I don't know, just a little less, maybe 3/32 of plastic out of here, because the hub on this is much heavier than standard wheels. The hub on this is also longer than these hubs. The threaded portion on that truck is twice as long as this. The wheels that come on that shredder, if you put them on this truck, you're only gonna have right about, I think I had about that much nut on there. So like 2 or 3 threads. So that's a no-go, because you're just begging to tear it up. So shredder twice as long. Shredder wheels don't fit properly. They'll fit, you can get the nuts on there, but it's not enough to last without tearing it up. The thickness here from the hex to the face is if I had to guess, I'd say that's a solid 1/8 inch. On one of these wheels, it's a 1/4 inch or better. Really heavy. So if you've got the red cat and you're talking about swapping out wheels, you can look forward to that problem happening. I'm gonna put new tires on the Kraton, and I'm gonna put street tires on the Talion. I'm gonna put these DBoots back on here. These tires are crazy for traction. These bad boys here, I don't care what you run on, they don't play. I like them. DBoots. Matter of fact, most of the Armor DBoot line is pretty good. These are the, I think the Katars. Yeah, K-A-T-A-R. DBoot Katars. Look at the difference in that. 1/2 inch taller, twice as wide. I had these wheels on that Talion. Every time you tap the gas, it stood straight the hell up in the air. I mean, like right now, wasn't even about asking. You know, it'd be at half throttle and still jump straight up in the air. So they grab these lock-ups. That's what they mean. They lock up to whatever is on. These are snow skis, and these ain't a whole lot better. One thing about tire treads I can tell you from racing is that when you have tire treads where the knobs are pointed towards where you're going, they're made to cut into medium type of turf. They're not going to grab hard dirt very well at all. Any type of slippery surface is just skis. Maybe okay in grass, and I said that's a maybe, but they ain't all that. I know about tires, okay? Learn to drive in Ohio in the snow, you know. Same rule applies. Tires, you make your tires for the surface you're driving on. These, small, that's a good tread. You know, it's knobby, it's a V, but it's knobby. These are football cleats, they ain't playing. And these are the lumberjack cleats for the ground. They do not play. Lock up MT, dirt tracks. And what's that other one Rich likes so much? Backflips. I think those are also DBoots. Oh no, Prolines. Backflips. But that's where we at. So I'm gonna finish this up. I gotta hammer these rippers down. I gotta deburr this thing, get this put away so I'm finished straightening up my room, because when these cars came in here, the place just exploded. And I mean, if you watch a couple of the most recent videos, there was a path going through here. I just blew the place up. I got to clean this mess up, get things put away so I can get back on these birds. I got to reorder stuff for this on payday, and I got to mount my bumper. I'm going to be making all my stuff for my cars, because I mean, if I'm going to set up all my cars with decent stuff, it looks like without the tires, just in bumpers and whatnot, you're talking right around $100 a car. I ain't going there. That's, you know, it ain't hard to spend $1,000 if you got a few of these cars just upgrading or just protecting them. So that's, no, we not doing that. So when I spend money, it'll be on powertrain, tires. If it bolts on and helps it out, if it's a bumper or a skid plate, I'm gonna make it, because I got too much stuff in the shop sitting around doing nothing. So a little patience is gonna save me a lot of money. If you see me modding something and you decide you want one, you know, shoot me a message, we'll figure it out. Because everything on this car made of metal. These aluminum chassis plates, I got this stuff. I can make this. I can make this an expanded or flat. All I gotta do is take one out, clamp it down, put it on my machine and the press. You know, I mean, this is a magic box. Guy says, what the hell are the funny looking drill bits? They're not drill bits. These are from milling, okay? I use these when I manufacture my black rifles. I use these to make my lower units. because I don't buy other people's stuff. When it comes to my firearms, I make my own. So there you have it. I'm learning. In the videos, I went back and put some links down for the guys that I've been dealing with. Rich Duper Bash, I call him Super Bash. The guy is like, you know, he's airborne on steroids. Gary Baldwin, Killer Off-Road Hobbies. Basher Man does a lot of reviews. My brother XB, he's like myself. We're into copters and cars. Now he builds custom crawlers. This guy's got crawlers that have Pixhawk flight controller systems in them with obstacle avoidance. He can program that crawler and sit at the beach under an umbrella and it'll run its route and take pictures and avoid obstacles and the whole bit. I mean, it's like insane. You even got a sound system on the doggone thing. It's crazy. But he builds some seriously sweet stuff. Guy's an excellent programmer. If you're into Pixhawk and open source software, look him up. He's a man. What can I say? Rich, thanks for the tip on the shocks. You saved me a whole lot of headaches, man, because I mean the cost of fixing it is 2 shafts and a couple of plastic parts, so it's a cheap enough fix. And this is one of the rare occasions where one human being can save another one from themselves, because he saved me from myself on that one. T-Dog, nice skills, man. That Outcast, did you get that from Rich? It just smells like Rich, man. You guys out in West Coast, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to you. God bless, and thanks for watching. As Gary said, peace. See you later, bye.